Okay, update time. I'm going to have to fly to Portland, Oregon in the next day or so, so I'm not going to get to do much more before I leave. I've started taking out some of this baseboard just to see how easy it would come out. That's all got to come out from this point all the way down to where it hits the front wall behind the screen. So the screen frame, finally got all the right corner brackets and stuff to put it together. So it's nice and sturdy now. See if I can zoom out some. There we go. So all this stuff that I had down here with those big black posts and cross beams and all that stuff, I decided that was an obsolete idea left over from my old theater. Seemed like a good idea at the time, but it's not going to work very well. So I ripped all that out, and this will be hanging on some things that come down from the ceiling, and I'm going to still try to put my hinges on it so I can tilt it up and so on. But the line arrays are pretty far along. Got all the drivers in there. Of course, the center speaker has changed from the original plan. It was going to be a horizontal CBT, partially physically curved and partially DSP curved, but I decided to make it just a truncated version of these main lines. So the main lines are 9 feet 8 inches tall. Got 14 of the Dayton AMT Pro 4 air motion transformers and 56 of the Dayton Reference 5-inch drivers. The center has 10 of the AMTs and 40 of the little 4-inch drivers. And of course, they're going to be open baffle. Going to look around on the back. You can see these dowel pins. I need more light, but these dowel pins here are sitting 2 inches inside. And I'm going to be putting 2 inches of rock wool. It's going to just kind of lay in there, be wrapped in a grill cloth, lay on those dowel pins, and then probably just put some kind of a grill cloth on the back to kind of capture that rock wool in there. And then of course these sides will be open because I want the dipole effect and I want the off-axis cancellation. So you might be able to see here, maybe not. You can see, maybe see the dowel pins a little better on here. So I've started to do some of the wiring. There's going to be a lot of series parallel groups with the center drivers at full output and then incrementally attenuating toward the ends for the CBT. And of course they're going to be powered by a bunch of these Base X A700 7-channel amplifiers, 2 of those on each line. A couple of the channels won't be used, of course, on the center speaker, but that's okay. Just be spare channels. Maybe they can drive some Atmos or something. And then I've got these big brackets on here with these big designed for lifting eyelets that's supposed to hold, I don't know, 1,800 pounds or something. And the speakers, the main speakers weigh 180 pounds each. The line, the center line, I'm not sure, it's a little bit less, but not much less. And then, maybe hard to see with that light. Let's see if I can zoom in. Got these swivels up here. This one might be easier to see. It's away from the light. How much more I can zoom in. There we go. Get a little grainy. But that swivel is supposed to be able to handle something like 1,200 pounds. And it's got 3 5/16" bolts that go up through 2x10 in the attic that's secured to the 2x12s. And so there's 3 bolts go all the way through with big washers on them. So that's not going to come down. So they'll be hanging on these things. I zoomed in too much. And then at the bottom of the speaker, I will have some little, I haven't mounted them yet, but I'll put some little eyelet hooks down here that will be attached to the floor or through a little cable or chain or something to the floor so I can direct them. So of course the center will be just straightforward. These will be towed in a little bit and possibly tilted a little bit. Have to figure all the details of that out. But anyway, unfortunately I have to get out of town, so I'm not going to be able to keep going on this much longer. I think I may have shown some of the woofer stuff last time, I don't remember. But these woofer columns, one on each side of the room, they're not exactly in their final location. They're just kind of parked against the wall here. But we have 8 15-inch drivers in each one of these. Of course, it's open baffle. And they're coupled together with these little clamps here, which maybe you hard to see. But, and then they're not connected, physically or rigidly connected to the baffle at all. They're just floating in gaskets. So first you cancel out all the mechanical energy by tying the magnets together. And then you float them so they couldn't transfer any energy in there much anyway. So that should work really well. It's going to run probably 80 hertz down to the mid-20s. And then, of course, the big 18-inch drivers, Ultramax drivers, will do the rest of it down into single digits. But anyway, I'm liking the way these lines are shaping up. They're going to look pretty cool, I think, once we get them hung from the ceiling. I think they should have plenty of output. Talked to Don Keel, and he says they should have plenty of output for a very large church auditorium. So they should work for my little 14-seat theater. Another change that I'm going to make, another old idea that's obsolete, it's going to get thrown out, is this opening where I was planning to put front end and various other equipment. It's going to get ripped out and covered with sheetrock, and I may try to do that myself. If I screw it up, I'll just hire the sheetrock guys, because they've patched some places where electrical and stuff was done wrong and had to be ripped out. So, and they make it look so you can't even tell that it ever happened. So I'll get them to do that if I can't make it look decent. And then, of course, all the electronic equipment will be in here in the control room. And I still haven't done anything on this, but my projector is still back ordered. So I'm hoping that'll come in. It's the NZ8, which should make a nice projector. So looking forward to getting that. But anyway, that's the quick update for now. It might be a few weeks before I can come back and do any more work, but I'm going to take all the wire and the little spade connectors and crimping tool and all that stuff with me to Portland, so I can sit there in the hotel after work every evening and make wiring harnesses. So when I come home, I can connect all that. And then I've got speak-on connectors that will be mounted down at the bottom of each speaker. It's going to be 2 8-pole speak-ons mounted on a strip across the bottom here. 2 for the 5-inch drivers and 2 for the AMTs. And then, so I'll have 4 speak-on cables that run to the 2, that's a 5. The original center speaker was going to need 2 7-channel and a 5-channel amplifier. Now it really only needs 2 5-channel amplifiers, so I'll probably just use the 2 7s and have channels open, or I might order another 5-channel and use those for the center, and then whatever with the 7-channel ones, find some use for them, I'm sure. So anyway, that's the update for now. I wish I'd gotten it further. I wish I'd have gotten it up and playing before I had to leave town, but you know, I had a foot surgery. That's why I've been home. My doctor signed me off to go back to work today, so I've got to go back to work, make the money to be able to afford all this stuff. So anyway, that's it.